Ever wondered how to tap into a virtually untapped market on Etsy that's not only easy to create but also highly profitable? In this video, I'm revealing a hidden gem, a digital product that's flying under the radar but exploding in demand, especially at this time of year. And the best part, we'll be using the power of AI with ChatGPT and the creative magic of Canva to design it from scratch. So if you're ready to discover a low competition niche that can transform your Etsy shop, keep watching. This could be the golden opportunity you've been searching for. Let's jump in now. But before we head on over to Etsy to validate this niche, make sure you download the Ultimate Goal Planner template from the link in the description below. It's absolutely free. It's 29 pages, super in-depth, and it's free for you to use within your business, whether you sell on Etsy, your own website, or anywhere else in between. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump over to Etsy now. So this niche that we're going to first validate and then go to create is called Open When. So Open When labels could be thought of as a thoughtful and creative way to stay connected with someone, especially during things like life changes. So maybe going to university or moving away for whatever reason. And basically each label is attached to an envelope or a package, and it includes instructions inside for when it should, or on the outside for when it should be opened. So for instance, open when you're sad, open when you feel lonely, open when you need a hug, and just really cute sayings such as that. So basically, like, each label corresponds to a different scenario or emotion that that person might be going through. These labels, I guess, are a really novel and heartfelt kind of gift, really quite personal to the person, and helps them to serve as a reminder that the person who's given them that gift is thinking of them even when they're far away. So a really lovely gift idea. So when I do my validation over on Etsy, the first thing I like to look at are the amount of results that are being shown for this product. So here we can see there are over 1,000 results with ads included. So when there are over 1,000 results, it doesn't give you a very accurate number on Etsy, but we can use other tools to give us a more accurate reading of what the actual result numbers are. We're going to be using today's Sales Samurai. That's going to give us a really good in-depth number of the actual number of results there are for this Open When digital product idea. So moving on, the other things I like to see are labels such as bestseller. So we can see that here. We can see bestseller here. We can see bestseller, bestseller. So this front page, this first page of Etsy has a lot of those signals, those sales signals, letting us know that this is a hot niche. People are actively searching for these products and buying in this niche. As we can see, there are lots of bestsellers on this page. That's another really good signal to look out for. So the first thing is to look and see how many Etsy results there are. When there are over 1,000, then it's good to use a tool to just get a better insight. And then we just want to have a look to see if there are any bestseller badges, Etsy's pick badges, or things like popular now badges as well. So what we'll do now is we'll actually open a couple of these up and have a look at what we're going to be creating. So this one is a bestseller. As we can see, it's in 16 baskets. It's at a price point of £2.86, which is probably about $3.50. As we can see, very simple designs. It's got those open when slogans. So open when you need to get motivated, open when it's a boring rainy day, open when you need to celebrate. So just various reasons for a person that they would use to open when they feel a certain way. So as you can see, a really lovely design. There are 48 different templates here and it's instant downloadable. We can see, like I said, 16 plus baskets, and there are plenty of reviews for this item, letting us know that it really is making those regular sales. Moving on to this one, this is in 17 baskets. It's a higher price point of £4.68. It is a bestseller as well, and there are over 180 reviews for this item. As you can see, again, this has got 65 labels, so I'm thinking the more labels you can provide, that you can design for the user, the better, the higher price point you're obviously going to be able to charge. Again, really cute sayings, open when you need some caffeine, open when you need a treat. And so I guess within these envelopes, you might find within this one, maybe like a sachet of coffee, maybe something like in this one, open when you need a treat. It might be a coupon or a voucher for maybe Dunkin' Donuts or Krispy Kreme or something like that. If we're moving on to this one, this has had 20 plus views in the last 24 hours. It is another bestseller. This one has 108 cards, and it has blanks and ones that you can put your own. So blanks that you can put your own ideas on, and then it's got the ones that are ready made as well. Lastly, if we're looking, this one is in 20 plus baskets, only 3 left. It's another bestseller, and it has reviews there that you can have a look at. Great place to go and get additional ideas of what people like and what they don't like and what's a good thing to keep to include in your listing as well. So as we can see, just really simple designs, really cute, really colourful, engaging, and just has those various different scenarios where a person would want to open that particular envelope. So we've done some basic validation here. We'll just quickly move on over to Sales Samurai to get some more numbers. So here we are in Sales Samurai. I have typed in open when, I click search, and it's brought me back some of this data here. So we've got Etsy SV at the moment, which is Etsy search volume. It is the search volume, the monthly search volume. As you can see, over 58,000 search volume every month. It might be that it's just that time of the year when a lot of people are going off to college. But also this is just people move away all the time. So this is going to be one of those kind of evergreen, but also seasonal niches. So there's going to be its peaks and it's, when it spikes, and then just the other times of year where it's just going to have those regular sales. So that search volume is really, really high. The CTR, the click-through rate, is decent as well. And the Etsy competition. So as we saw over on Etsy, said over 1,000, the results. But we have got a more definitive number here, 1,905, which is absolutely fantastic when you compare it to the amount of search volume that we are seeing. Another great place to look on Sales Samurai is here, Etsy Most Trending and Google Most Trending, but additional ideas. Maybe it might be that you might want to create some open when labels which are more niche down. So this is a great place to come. We've got open when boyfriend, open when college, open when cards, and open when printables and things like that. So it's going to be a great place to look to get maybe tag ideas for your title and your description, and just also for complementary products within this open when niche. So that is the validation of this particular niche. I hope you're excited. We are going to jump on over to Canva, start creating it using the help of ChatGPT as well. Okay, so here we are over in Canva. We're going to click custom size. I think for this particular set of labels, I'm going to have them as 8.5, but landscape version. So 8.5 by 11. So we'll do the width as 11. Actually, we need to change this to inches. Then we just do the width 11, 8.5 as the height. And then that will give us, hopefully, that landscape look. Yes. And then I'm just going to label this open when. Oops. Open when. So I'm going to just click L for line. I am going to just extend that across the page. And then I'm going to click copy and paste. Make sure that it is 90 degrees and that is in the center. So that's our delineation there. We could make them just dashed lines so the person knows where to cut. And we could also just reduce the line weight a bit. So now what we'll do is we'll hop on over to ChatGPT to get us our open when kind of ideas that we can create labels around. So here we are at ChatGPT. I have already started the chat. If we can see here, I am a Printable product creator and I'm creating a set of 12 open when labels aimed at students who are going away to college. So mine are kind of college themed. But like I said, we saw some in Sales Samurai that were aimed at boyfriends. We could do one that's aimed at just going away or moving home or moving to a different country. We can really niche down and target different subsections of audience. But this one is going to be for college leavers or college starters. So I typed that in and ChatGPT came back saying create a set of open when labels for students heading off to college is a thoughtful and creative idea. And it also goes on to give us a list of 12 labels that just start us off that we can include in our set. So let's have a look. We've got this one, open when you first arrive, a warming message welcoming them to their new home. So all we would need is just this open when title. So that's a good one. Open when you first arrive, open when you feel homesick, open when you need a laugh, when you need motivation, when you've had a tough day, when you miss your friends, need to relax. So all of these are really relevant and great ideas for our open when labels. So that is how simple, how quick, how easy it is to use ChatGPT or any other AI tool to enable you to just get your creative juices flowing and not have to sit there thinking, okay, what should I create? It's just going to give you it just so quickly. And then we can just focus on creating our product, which we are going to do now. Okay, so here we are back in Canva. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to create like a frame wire type design that we can then just bring in all those elements from ChatGPT into. So I'm just going to make a framework design and go from there. So I'm thinking at the top will be the words open when. So I'm going to click T for text. I'm just going to move that to the center of this box here. And then I'm going to type in open when, make it a bit bigger. Center that up, maybe make it bold. And then I am going to click T for text again. And on another line, I'm going to put, because most of them say open when and then you and then the actual action. So I'm going to have you on another line. Make this a bit bigger. Bring that down. And then I'm going to just copy and paste that. And then going back to ChatGPT, the first one was open when you first arrive. So I'm going to just copy that and then paste that there. So I'm thinking I'm going to have, so the open when, then you on the next line, and then first arrive on the next line. And then maybe at the bottom will be like an illustration or something that relates to this particular open when. So what it might be is that we might move this to the side if we want to put an illustration there, or we'll have it all centered up if we want to put an illustration there, or this one to the side if we want to put something there. So it just depends on what kind of illustrations we find and where we want to put them. Okay, so next I just want to make sure they are all in alignment with each other. So I'm just highlighting all of them, clicking position and then tidy up. And then that kind of just makes them equally spaced and nice and neat there. Like I said, we might move some of this around as and when, but I'm just creating just this foundation that we can then copy and paste into all the other boxes as well. So what I'm going to do now is I kind of want to highlight this open when, these two words here. So I'm going to look for like a banner or some kind of shape, a nice shape that highlights that. I'm going to make sure it's free, static. So I found this kind of banner shape here and I'm just resizing it just so that it just highlights those words but isn't too overbearing. So now with this, I might change this to white so it kind of pops a bit more, it looks a bit nicer, and just make sure it's all centered up again. I might now move the U up a bit and then bring first arrive. So this looks very plain at the moment. We are definitely going to change up some of the fonts and things like that. So let's do that now. So I'm going to go over to fonts here. I'm just going to look through some of my most recently used fonts or popular fonts. It's always a good place to start. Sometimes it's just better to just go with what's popular rather than trying to reinvent the wheel. Let's have a look at this one. That's quite nice. It's quite bold. So that looks quite nice. It's quite interesting. And then this one, for this third line, which is kind of the action that the person will actually, that's what they're going to be reacting to. That's what they're going to be opening it for. I kind of want it to be quite stylish, maybe like a kind of a handwritten font. So I'm just going to type in calligraphy and see what we can see there, because I think it will just really make it look a lot more interesting. It needs to still be kind of bold and readable. So I'm just scrolling through to see if there's anything like that. Again, I'm just looking for the free ones. If you had Canva Pro, then you would be able to also look at the Pro elements as well. This one I think will work. There are some really nice ones that are in the paid version, but I just want to show you how you can create this for free within Canva. That's okay. That one's not bad. I think I quite like this one that we just looked at, the Daydream. I kind of like the look and feel of that. So I'm just making it a bit bigger. And then just make sure that all looks. So now we've just created a really simple design here. And then all we'll do is then add our image that kind of relates to whatever it is that this is saying. But now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to highlight all of this. I'm going to group it for now, copy, paste, and then bring it across. And then just make sure it's all centered up nicely. And then I'm going to lock this in place. And then I'm going to copy and paste these two. So I've just highlighted them, copy and paste, and then that just easily allows us to then just replicate that. I might actually bring it a bit higher up so that we've got enough space for our kind of graphic. So that, and then what I'll probably do now is I'll just change these to other, nice colours, nice bright colours. So we've got blue, yellow, green, and maybe we'll go for orange. And then for the rest, not that bit. For the rest of them, we'll just swap out the colours as and when. And it'll just make it look a lot more interesting and eye-catching and appealing, especially in those Etsy search results as well. Okay, so then all we do is we just then duplicate that page as many times as we wanted for the amount of labels we wanted to create. But now what we'll do is we just are going to add our elements here. So this hasn't taken very long at all. Really simple design, but the thing is that it is fulfilling a need. It's fulfilling something that people are searching for. So I'm going to go back on over to ChatGPT, show you what I asked it next, just to give us some more creative ideas. So what I then said was, please suggest a clip art image for each label. And so it just went back through those open wins that it created for us and then gave us a kind of really cool image idea that we could then add to this label. So we've got open when you first arrive, a suitcase or a dorm room door. So let's go back over and let's see if we can find anything. So suitcase. Again, I am clicking free, but you don't have to if you've got pro. And let's see what we have. We kind of want something that is quite colourful. This one's not bad. And we would just then put that there. And then what I'll do is I'll ungroup these words and then we'll just pull this over to the side. So that's what I mean. It's like we could either, if it was an image that was kind of took up the bottom half over here, then we would maybe keep that in the middle. But because this is more taking up more room to the left, we'll just pull this over to the right. And that looks really nice. So the next one, that was really easy. The next one, open when you feel homesick, and then a cozy house or a heart with a home inside. So we're going to copy that feel homesick. And I'm just going to ungroup that because I kind of want either this to be on the same line, or maybe we could add the you feel on that middle line there. It really depends on you. So I'll just show you what I'd do if it was all on the middle line. And then we just have homesick on its own line. Okay, so what did it say? It said a cozy house or a heart with a home inside. So let's see, heart, home. You never know what you can put. Oh, this looks great. So that's fantastic. That's lovely. And so we could either put that there, move that up a little bit, or we could put it again to the left-hand side, or maybe this time we could put it to the right-hand side. Again, really, it's just your own preference. Make it a bit bigger so it takes up a bit more room. And that is lovely. So moving on, we have when you need a laugh. So let's see, let's ungroup this again. Just going to open that up a bit. And then, I think this is quite self-explanatory. I'm going to type in laugh. Yep, that will do. The laughing emoji will do. And again, I think it goes quite well over off to the left again. So again, really easy. The next one we're going to do is, we'll do a couple more. So open when you need motivation. So let's ungroup this again. So we've got need and then motivation there. Let's go back on over to ChatGPT and see what it says. Need motivation, a rising sun or a light bulb. So let's go for sun. I know this sun gets used a lot on Canva. I use it a lot for a lot of my designs. I love this sun. I like the design a bit. So that is that. So you just might want to make these images slightly bigger. You might even want to make the font slightly bigger, just to fill up more of that label. So I've made that 50. Let's make that 60. And then now that we've changed that, I'm going to just click this roller at the top. I'm going to click that, and then that automatically makes those same changes. So I'm going to click that copy style again, click there, and then it should automatically make those changes again. We will just reposition this. And then I'm going to click copy style again, and it will automatically change that again. That's a really cool hack there. So that's really nice. And so what we could do is we could just duplicate this page. We did duplicate the first one, but we could duplicate this one and then just add the rest. So need motivation, a tough day when you have a tough day, a rain cloud with a silver lining. So when you have a tough day, and then it was a rain cloud with a silver lining. So let's type in silver lining. Let's see if we can see anything. Okay, nothing there. So we'll type in rain cloud. And I kind of want something that is maybe is rain cloudy, but also a bit hopeful as well. So maybe a rain cloud with a smiley face. So I think this one will do. I don't quite like the way that looks though. So let's see if we can find anything else. That's nice. So that's good. And then we will do another one. Open when you miss your friends, and a group of stick figures or a handshake. So open when you miss your. So I'm going to make that a bit bigger. And then I'm going to type in friends here. And then I'm just going to actually just look for friends. Let's see if we can find anything. So there are some nice ones here. I think this could do. If maybe we could change the color as well. So maybe like a purple. Yep, that's okay. Yep, that's fine. So when you need to relax and a steaming cup of tea or yoga pose. So open when you need to relax. And we will have, I might even type in relax and see. Let's see if we can find a nice teacup here. This one's quite nice. Okay, and then lastly, we have, which one? Need a confidence boost or have something to celebrate. Open when you have something to celebrate. So open when you have something and then to celebrate. And then let's type in, celebrate. And then maybe like I think that will do. And then lastly, I will just change these colors out for others that we haven't used. So we've done blue, yellow, green, and orange. So pink. Let's go for purple. Oh no, we've actually already got that one there. Maybe red. And then maybe like a dark purple. Dark purple. And then lastly, maybe just a lighter blue. So we'll delete that. So as you can see, really quick, really easy. It's fulfilling a need. Like I said, these are really cute open when labels, really colourful, eye-catching. They're going to be really easy for someone to print off and attach to whatever gift or favour within that envelope for that person to then use. So we've done 4 labels here. You've seen how I used ChatGPT to help me create these as well. It's just really streamlined our creation process in order to then create lots and lots of different labels in various different niches to fulfill all those different needs and help those different target audiences. So I hope you got a lot of value from this video. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out in the comments below. And don't forget to download your freebie in the description. And until next time, all the very best.